we are not a purist in these matters. No, please sit down, I will explain. Water for us has always been an existential issue. Right from the first day when we became independent, in fact, when we negotiated the separation from Malaysia, this was a key issue because at that time we were almost exclusively dependent on water supply from Malaysia, and we wanted to make absolutely sure this would be guaranteed. And it was so guaranteed in our fundamental founding documents of the Republic. And it has been an obsession of the government, and particularly of my father's, all his life. So every drop was pursued. Every place you could build a reservoir, we did one. Every place where you could make sure the pipes didn't leak, we focused on that. Every device which could be installed so that your water closets use less water or your taps are not left running, we did that. And pricing was one of the factors there. We did not go to full pricing for some time, but we did have it quite clear that we have to raise the price and people have to feel that the pain, and then that will cause them to think of water not as an endless resource, but something precious to be conserved. But eventually we decided, we reached the limits of what we could develop, and then we had to go beyond in order to go for new sources of water. Desalination, reuse of used water is really sewage which has to be cleaned up, and then we put reverse osmosis and we use the water again. And that's a lot more expensive. And that is where my next drop is going to come from. So one day, we had a forum one day, and I asked people, I said, this bottle, it costs you $1. Now the government water, $1, I have several cubic meters of this stuff. There's about 5,000 bottles. So in many countries, people drink water from the bottle. In Singapore, we drink water from the tap. So the tap water has to be at the right price, and the right price is what is the next drop coming from. And so we moved. We didn't move overnight. We took a couple of years. And we also had subsidies in cash to the low-income households so that this did not cause hardship to them. I mean, I give you the money. If you want to use it because you need the water, that's fine. If you don't, you'll be conscious that the water is a precious resource. And I think it was accepted, not least because from time to time, radical and irresponsible people in some of our neighboring countries will say, you know, the Singaporeans are not being cooperative, we'll turn the taps off. So that helped me to make people understand that this was a serious matter. Now, if you are not in our situation where it's clearly an existential issue, and you ask me what to do, I would say, well, for a start, let's try to price it just based on what the cost is. Never mind about marginal pricing. Just price it so that your operations are recovered. If we can recover the capital cost, so much the better. But if not, as a first step, don't let anybody make a hole in the pipe and take the water away for free. Long ago, we used to have loans from the World Bank when we were not quite so developed. And the World Bank loans, those of you who have borrowed will know, come with a condition that they are only for projects which have an 8% IRR. And we were not short of cash, but we borrowed from the World Bank. Why did we do that? Because then we can explain to our people that the World Bank requires 8% internal rate of return on the project to build this water plant, and the water plant has to be financially viable, and we have to charge people money properly for the water in order that we have the economically correct, sensible outcome. And one which ultimately leads people to be able to afford the water. Otherwise, if you give it away for free, and you have standpipes which are running, well, where does that lead to? How do we get the system going? So Singapore is small. We can do that. If we were 1,500 million people, then I would choose a small corner and start first.